Welcome to the second episode of the series in which we talk about if Savarkar was a traitor or savior of the nation. We pick our story back up in the Cellular Jail, also known as Kala Pani. Life in Kala Pani was grim existence of isolation, forced labor and brutality for the political prisoners. Solitary confinement, grueling tasks and physical abuse was a commonplace, while living conditions were deplorable with overcrowded cells and inadequate provisions. The psychological toll of isolation and degradation was profound as prisoners endured despair and anguish. Despite the inhuman treatment, the spirits remained unbroken, serving as a testament to the resilience and determination in the struggle against the British oppression. Through persistent efforts, Savarkar managed to persuade the higher authorities to improve the living conditions of the political prisoners. Eventually, he was transferred to a more humane prison in mainland India. In 1924, after years of incarceration and relentless struggle, Savarkar was released from prison, following a letter of clemency from Mahatma Gandhi to the British government. Post-release, Savarkar continued his activism, playing a significant role in the Hindu Mahasabha. Savarkar was the one who provided the inspiration to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose to form the Indian National Army by suggesting the idea of seeking assistance from Germany and Japan to overthrow the British rule. After the first conference of the British and Indian leaders, B.R. Ambedkar demanded for a separate state for Dalits in India, reasoning that they had been discriminated for far too long and a separate state was the only way for the Dalits to come up in the world. Vinayak and Gandhi were opposed to this separation as they wanted to keep the Indians united. Vinayak was the first to advocate for inter-caste marriage instead as a solution to the caste system. Vinayak was also opposed to religious reservations and believed it would cause a feeling of differentiation among the people of India. In 1940 conference, Jinnah, the leader of the Muslim League, raised a demand for a separate Muslim state called Pakistan, in turn for the Muslims helping the British in the Second World War. Now Gandhi did not want this to happen and was ready to offer Jinnah the post of Prime Minister of India. But Vinayak warned Gandhi that this would be a wrong decision, that in the process of keeping the Sanatanis and the Muslims together, he was taking too many decisions in the favor of the Muslims. Vinayak believed that a Hindu was a person whose ancestors used to live south of the Indus River. He said that as per our scriptures, Hindu is not a religion but an identity, and everyone from a Sanatani to a Muslim to a Christian, a Jain, Sikh or even a Buddhist was a Hindu. Savarkar and the Hindu Mahasabha believed that the Sanatanis were the ones who were powerless for the past 800 years. First under the Islamic rule of the Delhi Sultanate, then the Mughals and then the Christian British rule. Thus, Vinayak strongly disapproved for Jinnah becoming the Prime Minister, as he foresaw the dangers of the dictatorial ideologies of Jinnah, and he knew that Jinnah would set up an Islamic Sultanate again. By doing so, Vinayak Savarkar played an important role in forming India as we know it today. Then why is he not talked about as much as Gandhi and Nehru, though his contributions seem to be more than what they had done? This requires a short story to answer. In the year of 1948, when Gandhi was going to negotiate with the Pakistani leaders about a road to connect the two Islamic countries of Pakistan and East Pakistan, now known as Bangladesh, he was shot by Nathuram Godse. Nathuram believed Gandhi was still favoring the Muslims and thus he would have allowed for the road to pass through India. Now Nathuram was a member of the Hindu Mahasabha, and the INC famed Vinayak and many other Hindu Mahasabha members in the murder of Gandhi, arguing that it was a fully planned murder. Vinayak had no role in the death of Gandhi but was framed by the INC because many of the INC leaders disliked Vinayak, as he always opposed them in conferences and All India political party meets. This incident tarnished the image of a man who should be celebrated in India for his efforts for Indian independence. Jai Hind.